Hello and welcome back to my workbench. I didn't think I was going to be doing a video on this particular console, but it kind of got interesting, so I thought I would go ahead and record some video. Maybe it'll be interesting, maybe it won't, but this is the main board out of the PS4 CUH-1215A. Of course, you know I love to work on those, but this particular one was shutting down. Initially the power supply was bad, and I swapped my good spare supply in there, and it would start up. You get the blue light for about half a second and then back off, and that was it. That's all it would do. So it was missing screws. The case is missing screws everywhere on the outside. On the inside, missing screws. So it had obviously been worked on. I didn't know to what degree. So let me show you what I have found under the microscope here. If I can remember to start recording on my microscope. Okay. Now I'm recording on the microscope. So let me switch to that view and let you see what I have discovered. Yeah, this is a fuse F5103. And it has been bypassed. This is how I found it. So I've been doing some checks in that area. I can't find anything shorted. I have not removed the wire yet, obviously, just to see if it's actually open or not, but I don't find anything shorted. But I just decided to go ahead and look around the rest of the board to see if I could find anything obvious. And I kept noticing, like, let me see if I can get this in the shot. All these scratches around the screw. This is where the heatsink clamp, screws to the board. I'm not sure how it got so scratched up, but the other one doesn't look quite that bad. No, but I kept looking at those, and I looked at the other side of the board. Take a look. I don't know if I can get this in focus. The other side of the board where that hole is. Right in there. Take a look at that. You notice anything right over here? Yep. Several traces cut. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 at least. The fifth one I think they just nicked. But yeah, we got a little trace damage to do. I just wonder if that's the whole problem. I wonder if they took it apart to clean it or something, and in the process, did that, and then it was just, like a kind of blue light of death. It gives you a single flash of blue, and that's it. And it cuts off, and that could certainly do it. That could be caused by a lot of things, but that would certainly do it too, because that trace looks like it goes past the memory ICs. I'm not sure where all it's going, but anyway, that's several traces, and I'm sure they're important for something. So I'm going to see if I can repair those and maybe get some life back in this board, because I can't find anything short. At least I have not yet. So this will be my step one. We'll repair this damage and go from there. We're back out in the garage. This is where I took it apart at. I've done the best I can on that trace repair. I think you can probably just see it down in there. I have not put any conformal coating on it there, or solder mask, until I see if I need to go back and touch it up any. I took that jumper wire off of the fuse. Where was that fuse? Other side of the board. Sorry. Pulled that jumper wire off, cleaned that up, and the fuse that was on the board was fine. So apparently they thought it was bad when they were bridging it, but it was just fine. So I don't have a Blu-ray drive in it. It's over here. I do have a hard drive in it. Power supply's in it. Let's see if we've done any good at all. No, that's not good. There we go. Nope, she still shuts off. Well, crap. Alright, I've been fighting this board off and on most of the day. And making comparison measurements to another board over here. This board is a working board. And I think I finally found something other than those, broken traces. Let me switch to the let me start recording on my microscope, since I seem to always forget that. Okay, now let me switch to the microscope view and show you where I'm looking. I'm going to be looking at this area right in here, and here, which is just opposite the area where the fuse had been jumpered out. Opposite side of the board, but same general area. And this seems to be, by the way, it generates about a 1 volt voltage, 1.1, something like that, on the working board. So let me switch to the microscope. And let me try to show you here. Kept making comparison measurements. And notice a slight change between this area and the working board. Then I finally went to checking. See, these two R2 resistors are 2.2 ohm resistors. That measures 200 ohms. I think this one is still good. Yeah, that one's still good. Measures 2.4. So, and then over here is this similar type thing. That one's measuring 65 ohms. That one has opened. Alright, I've replaced those two resistors. The closest thing I had was a 2.0. I'm thinking it's probably close enough. They may smoke immediately. I could not find anything shorted. I was comparing to this good board over here, and I could not find anything measuring right on the pins of both those ICs. Nothing stood out. They looked fine. So I'm hoping that somebody, while working on this thing, caused those resistors to open, because it had some rough treatment. The broken traces, and I found one capacitor knocked off, which I don't really think is critical, but I did notice a small capacitor knocked off someplace else on the board. So it's had some rough treatment. Okay, I'm going to try this in here on the bench like this. You can see I've got a small heat sink here. So I can't run it very long at all. Just a few seconds, really, it's going to overheat. But if it'll stay on longer than the 1 second it was staying on earlier, then we have made an improvement. So let me turn on my AC power. So now there's power into the supply. 5 volt standby is being supplied by the supply. It's plugged onto the 12 volt rails. We can't even see the blue light. Well, you'll see the blue light shining. It's right in here, so you'll see it come on. Let's see how long. I'm going to be ready to turn this thing off if the smoke starts coming out of it. Let's see what happens. She stayed on. She's staying on and flashing. Wow. white light. Oh, white light. Excellent. I'm going to turn it off before it overheats. And not too bad. It didn't get too hot, so I think we may have fixed this one. I was about to throw it on the pile of, see you later, and maybe you're a donor card or something, but I got lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. So I'm going to throw this back in the chassis out in the garage, and let's see if we have the makings of a working PS4. We are back out in the garage. I have the board back in the chassis. There's no Blu-ray drive in it, no hard drive. There's the Blu-ray drive. And I've got a different power supply in there that came in. The power supply is over there. That supply is dead. I have not looked at that yet. But there's a good supply in here. Let's see if we can get a picture. See if we can get in safe mode anyway. At least she's staying on now. What's that? Oh, come on. Okay, I'll take that. 480p. We have a white light. Come on. Do something. Well, that's progress. Still no picture, though. Still no picture. All right, I spoke too soon. As soon as I put the camera down, it popped up there. I don't know why it took so long. It took forever for that to pop up there. But anyway, yeah, no hard drive. It should have that error. So I think we are working. I have not cleaned up the board yet. You can, here's the resistors. I changed those two. So I need to clean that up a little. But yeah, this was going to come back from the dead. I was about to give up on it. That was quite the ride. Well, okay, I think I got some cleanup. I have not cleaned the chassis, have not repaired the power supply, have not checked the Blu-ray. But yeah, she's back from the grave. I hope you found that entertaining, informative in some way. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next repair. Bye for now.